Hi Leo, welcome to your key messages. So we're going to look at some key messages when you're watching this. It could be this week or it could just be when you watch it. Like the video and comment. If you want to book your half price 6 month, it's available below. If you want to read, the website's a bit rocky at the moment. I'm choosing the best website. So just comment if you want to read or reach out to me, email. Okay, but if you want the 6 month or you want to join the membership, it's below. So let's just take a look and see what key messages are for Leo this week, please, or the time that they're watching this. What are the key messages for Leo? The star. Okay, so the star is all about, I was saying this to Gemini, so maybe you've got Gemini in your chart, but this is about healing. It's about a high frequency. It's about looking after yourself. For me, the star is about peace. So that could be a big message here. Okay, doing what is good for your health, doing what is good for your heart. Can you see the big heart? Okay, so I feel like there could also be a message here, which is to make sure you cherish yourself. In other words, don't allow people who abuse you, just bring bad energy, because the star is energy, but it's about protecting your heart, protecting your peace. Okay. I feel like for some of the single Leos at this time, like you're in a really good place. Like you are focused on things that bring you peace. You're kind of like, you just don't want no drama. Some of years to bring love into your life, though, they're saying basically you do need to work on your healing, because maybe you've been through something that's really hurt you. So I feel like the heart needs healing in some way. The other side of the coin is when we let the wrong people into our life, they cause us stress, and that affects our heart attacks, all of this. So this is about making sure you've got people around you to bring you peace, okay, who are good for you. The Hangman. Okay, so this is interesting. Let me see what energy. Again, some of you might be putting something off. You might be putting your healing off, or again, maybe this is the message you need at this time, which is you need to honor yourself. Okay, so that happened with Gemini. I think some of you are dealing with a Gemini because Gemini got similar cards, and I also dropped cards with Gemini. So what is the energy of Leo at this time? The Two of Wands. So some of you could be making a decision. There's a need to follow your heart. There's a need to look after your heart, to look after yourself. There's a decision that needs to be made, the Two of Wands. Some of you have been putting something off. I think the message and the key message at this time is to follow your heart. And how we follow our heart is like sometimes we're being called to a different location. Sometimes we're being called to a different person. Sometimes we're in a relationship and it's not honouring us, and so we go to a different place. So that's what honouring ourselves is. Sometimes we let people into our life and they're just not good for us, and so we have to honour ourselves and, get rid of those people. So there is a decision that you specifically need to make. You could also be dealing with a Gemini, so go and check the Gemini readout. Okay, so external factors at this time for Leo, please. The Ten of Cups. There is something around basically being single, but I feel like there's an obstacle. So this can be maybe you're with someone, maybe someone else is with someone. There's some kind of obstacle to being with a person. There's some kind of challenge. And I think for the committed Leo, the challenge is there is a long-standing relationship or a long-standing marriage. And this is around basically making a decision on that relationship. But there's a need to honour the truth. Like I said, sometimes you do really care about a person, you've been with that person a long time, but they're just not good for you, right? Sometimes you're married or you're committed, but you meet someone who's better for you. And I'm not saying you should go down the road of deceit, you need to do the right thing. That's what the decision is, okay? You need to honour yourself, you need to honour the other people, right? Okay, for the single Leos though, I feel like this is about matters of the heart. So it's about love, it's about wanting to be in love, wanting to connect, wanting to build a family. So obviously that means we need to look. People don't understand that life is investment. If I want a good body, I need to invest in it. If I want a relationship, I need to invest in it. People are sitting here with pipe dreams and ideas. It's like, no, you get what you invest in, or you get none. they're kind of lottery people, right? It's like life is investment. So what I'm getting here is some of you might want to get married now, have kids now, you know, so you need to start to heal yourself so you're ready for that journey. There could also be a message here as well that you met a person when you was, because what keeps coming up for everyone is timelines. So there could be a message here that you met a person when you was in a lower version. You were like in a lower timeline. A lot of people do this. They don't find themselves. They kind of settle. They do the 3D. And then what happens is as you grow as an individual and you heal and you reach higher timelines, you realize the partner you're with is not in alignment with your higher timeline. So you'd have to let them go. Again, a lot of people can't do that because they feel uncomfortable. It's like, yeah, but so there's a decision to make for Leo around being with a person who's more in alignment with who you are now, leaving a marriage, leaving a long-standing relationship. Sorry, it's chaos here. The place I'm in is just chaos. Okay, so let's see what else I'm getting as a key message at this time. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. So this could also be a strong message. I think a strong message at this time is some of you Leos, you've really worked on money. You know, that's been the focus. The focus has been money and career. And it could be that now I'm seeing a family, a baby, because we've got the Page of Cups. Some of yous, again, there could also be another message, which is having a baby with maybe you had a baby with someone, but that person was not the person you was going to spend your life with. Okay, so there's a lot coming up here. Some of you are definitely either dealing with a Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. So I think you need to check out their signs. I'm trying to get the signs out, but it's constantly a battle, but we battle on regardless. But the point I'm making to you is, I feel like the message for Leo at this time is it's around, especially for the successful Leo, there does come a point where it's like, okay, I've made the money, I've done the bad girl act, now I want to kind of get married, have kids, settle down. So again, it's about you getting yourself into alignment so that you can meet that, right? You getting yourself into that place where you're ready for that. Some of you might have done the other side, you might have done the kids and the marriage, and that now you're wanting to do the Nine of Pentacles, you're wanting to get your own independence, make money, because again, it's beautiful to have a husband and family and all these things, but you've also got your own dreams, you've got your own life to live. There's something around someone already being married, so somebody already being committed. This could also be a problem. Somebody needs to basically separate or divorce so that basically a true union can come together. It could be you or it could be somebody else. Okay? So either you've got to make the decision or it's time to put the pressure on this other person to make the decision. Okay, so let's see. We're going to ask, where are you sabotaging yourself at this time? Okay. Okay, something to do with money or career. So I'm getting another message, a key message for Leo at this time, that some of you is basically you're undervaluing yourself. You're investing in a company, but this company is not valuing you, it's not giving you your worth. The Nine of Pentacles is basically you following your own path. Remember what we talked about in the beginning. The message for Leo at this time is following your heart, listening to your heart. So a lot of people, they'll go to jobs and the jobs are breaking them for money. Everyone has different captors in life. You know, some people it's a man or a woman, some people it's fear, some people it's money. People have different captors, things that hold them, you know, in low frequency, keep them enslaved. You've got to look at, what is my captor? What's my fear? What's the thing that's keeping me in low frequency? So I love this for you because I think a lot is coming up. For some of years, you've built the money, you've got the bags, you've got the stuff. Now it's about, you know, wanting to be a mother, wanting to be married, wanting a family to go home to. Some of you have been single a long time, you was really hurt, and the Star card is about healing. No longer living out through that past story, that past betrayal. You want to love again. So this is, again, you have to invest in your healing journey, right? Because you can't love people from an unhealed place. How many people are out here doing this? What does it do? It creates generational trauma, right? Generational fracture. So it's also, you can't live a lie. So there's something with Leo with this where you could be married to someone, but the worst place to be married to someone is from a place of pity. It's like, I can't leave this person because I've been with this person like a long time, and no, that's pity, not love. So you got to know the difference. Now it doesn't mean you don't do it with compassion and gentleness and kindness, but you can't stay with someone out of pity, right? So there's something about that. There's like a lot of messages, and I think Aquarius, I started doing it, but then it got too noisy. Aquarius got the same message, so maybe you want to check out the Aquarius message when it comes up. So long term, something is just not a wise move. It's not sustainable. I think we live in a time where basically people are getting very wrapped up, and then you look by and it's 5 years have gone by. So it's like they say, it's been 7 years since the pandemic. It's insane. There's people sitting here middle age, I'm one of them, and it's like, where did time go? You know? So I think what we do as people is we get so wrapped up, we don't think that there is the long term, like, you know, it goes fast. So there's something for Leo at this time, a key message to do where I think when you act from the heart and you do the right thing, God knows your intention. And he will protect you and he will protect the people around you. So sometimes what we're doing doesn't look like the right thing, but it is, right? So when we're coming from the right place, we will protect ourselves and we'll also protect the people around us. Maybe not in the short term. Maybe in the short term we'll look like the bad person, right? But I love this for yous. I think there's also something to do with, I think the bigger message, and I want to keep these short and sweet so I can get as many out as possible. I think the bigger message is about following your heart. I think it's also about preserving yourself and knowing that we live in a savage society where people are building themselves up on the backs of other people. Now, this is not new, it's gone on since the age of time, right? But this is where you're protecting your health when it comes to basically people and I do think some Leos have got to a point where you've given loyalty and love to like people who really are not worthy. And I think instead of being in hatred towards those people, you're healing that, but you're letting those people go. And I think, like I said, I think in the past, you chose people from a lower timeline, a lower version of yourself. A lot of people do this because they get into relationships, they go into jobs, they go into careers, they don't figure themselves out. So they choose things from a fear-based place or a desperate place, and then it ends up being years. But there's a strong message here now where you're choosing from a higher place, right? You're choosing from your heart. The mind doesn't lie, but the mind gets confused. The mind is trying to figure things out. The heart knows. The heart knows, right? So I feel like and you rule the Two of Cups and you rule the heart chakra. So by you listening to your heart, it's like, I already know what the truth is. I don't need to sit here figuring it out. Now again, just because we know the truth doesn't mean it's going to be easy, right? Why do you think a lot of people live a lie? Because the truth is not easy, but the truth is always going to win. And that's it, right? So I feel like for you, this is very, very powerful for the successful Leos, for the confident Leos. There's something to do with looking at the culture, society, all the stuff that they try to put into us, but it's a game. It's all mostly for money. It's kind of thinking about what you'll least regret. You know, so a lot of women are getting wrapped up in all, you know, it's nice to look good, it's nice to have nice things, whatever. But long term, you might regret getting wrapped up in these things because you might have to sacrifice other things that are really going to matter. I'm getting some Leos who are listening to this, it's something to do with a long-standing relationship. So it's something to do with there is a lot of love there is a lot of history there, but it's no longer in alignment with the truth. It's no longer in alignment with who you are. And like I said, I understand it's very difficult to leave things, but you cannot love people from pity. It's disgusting. You know, people will actively detest people and yet stick around. So there's something with that, with a marriage, with a long-standing relationship. Some of you might be waiting on another person to make a decision about you. There was a strong message I heard there, which is don't give them too long. Remember what we just said to you, the heart knows. People know the truth. And you should give them a time to act on it. And if they don't, goodbye. And that's it. You know, there's something with you around not wasting time. There's something to do where I feel like some of you Leos, maybe through a past betrayal, you were kind of stuck on this betrayal, what this person did. You're over it. You're over it. It's like, okay, like people do what they do, and you know. So there's something here around reflecting on where you currently are and what matters most to you. And there's a big decision to be made, and this can be a career change, it can be a location change, it can be ending a marriage, it could be so many different types of change. But this is, again, for the Leos who've kind of been stuck in the lower version, this is wanting to live from the heart. It's wanting to, a lot of people, right, they're living from what the matrix or what society or what culture or what people tell them to live from. This is wanting to live from your authentic self. And that's it. And like we've just said, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Some of you are going to have to go on the healing journey. Some of you, the collective, will reject you. Let them. Let them. Leos are very powerful, they're very tenacious. I feel like there's also a strong message around people in your life who no longer deserve you. Like they don't deserve any more time. They don't, like you've given them enough of it. You've given them enough loyalty. You've given them enough time. And some of years there's like a undeniable truth. There's an undeniable, okay, undeniable truth, and it's just time to act. There's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be an easy time. You know, it's time. Whether it's a location change, a career change, starting your own business, like there's never going to be the right time, so do it now. Don't waste no more time. Yeah, I love this. Like if you're in a relationship, you might be preparing yourself to become a mother. You might be getting really serious about the womb, which women should be doing before they become mothers. Again, not all women who become mothers are prepared. Sometimes it comes by surprise. We're not judging. But it's kind of when you make that conscious choice to become a mother, this stuff becomes very serious. Because you know your womb is growing a child, and so the state of your frequency and your womb is going to dictate the wellness, the functionality of that child. But I love this for you. This is very powerful. This is kind of, it's almost like, and I felt like the power. This is a conscious choice. This is a, you know what you want, and you're ready to act on it. So don't talk yourself out of it, and don't let anyone else talk you out of it. And there's a strong message around if you, I feel like some of you, that's a natural thing for Leo. You feel guilty. That's normal. That's normal, right? If you're going to make a change that's going to affect other people, or you're allowing other people to make you feel guilty, but that's only because you come into your power, and so people can no longer manipulate you. And again, I think there's a message here to choose yourself. And the other side of the coin is when we're coming from pure intentions, God knows, the Creator knows, the universe knows, we don't need to talk to anybody else. Right? A lot of people in most people's lives, it's only the ability to control you, and if they can use guilt or they can weaponize, that's what they'll do. And I think you're coming to a place where you're just done. If you want to book your 6 months, it's below. If you want another reading, let me know. I hope this message resonated. Like the video, comment, let me know if it does, and I'll speak to you soon.